And now, from the combined newsrooms of KARK4 and Fox 16, breaking news coverage.
And hello, good afternoon to you. I'm Mitch McCoy here at KARK4 and Fox 16 in Little Rock. It's 12:30. 1 week before the Thanksgiving holiday, the CDC has just put out a new set of guidance now recommending that Americans do not travel for the Thanksgiving holiday. This is guidance just issued today by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. This was updated guidance issued today saying that because of the latest surge in the virus, that Americans should stay home for the Thanksgiving holiday. Good afternoon to you. I'm Mitch McCoy. You're looking at a live look here at our RDOT camera near downtown Little Rock as we learn today that the CDC has just issued this new guidance recommending that Americans stay home for the Thanksgiving holiday. This was guidance that was put on the CDC's website this morning, and feel free to interact with us here on our stream. We also just put out a poll question. Do you plan to travel for the Thanksgiving holiday? And we're looking at these real-time results coming in right now. It looks like we have, well, a lot of people saying no right now. Already 197, now 198, 200 saying no. So a lot of people now heeding the guidance issued just today by the CDC. Feel free to also interact with us by using the hashtag HeyMitch, and I'll be sure to add your comment in to the stream. So, this is the guidance just coming in now from the CDC. The agency, the health agency today, saying that gathering with relatives and friends outside a person's household raises the risk of becoming infected with or spreading the coronavirus. That is what the CDC is saying today, now telling Americans to stay home for the holidays. I'm going to add a comment in if you're watching on Facebook. Hold on just one moment. I'm going to let people know that people can interact with us using the hashtag HeyMitch, and we'll be able to bring your comment in here into the stream. You know, it is interesting. It would be interesting to hear what people's thoughts are on this, especially given the now surge in COVID-19 cases across Arkansas and across the country. If this is a surprise, it may not be such a surprise to some, given the fact that the coronavirus is surging across the country, including Arkansas. You might recall just yesterday, the state recorded more than 1,700 new cases of COVID-19. So some people may not be completely surprised with today's guidance issued by the CDC. This is guidance that the Arkansas Department of Health has issued now for about a week, saying that Arkansans should be staying home. So some people may be surprised, others may not. So we are now getting this guidance from the CDC. I do want to take a moment, and if you're just joining us, because we are wanting to take a look at the latest COVID-19 numbers here in the state of Arkansas, and I want to get over to the digital board here. The digital board allows us to interact and be interactive here. Let me go over to the smart board. This is the latest COVID-19 cases across the state of Arkansas at this hour, while as we now learn that the CDC is recommending people stay home. So this is the total cases right now, 137,000 right here. The darker the blue, the more COVID-19 cases are being reported. So let's take instance Pulaski County. a total number active cases 1,700 just in Pulaski County, moving to Jefferson County where there's a total number of active cases 408. This is a pretty good map of how to track this data, and this is the number of active cases. This might be why the Arkansas Department of Health for the last week has been telling people not to travel for the Thanksgiving holiday, because of the large number, again, active cases, 16,000 active cases in the state. This is the total lifetime number since this pandemic started back in March when they started recording the data, and then active cases. You see how this map changes to all of these different shades of blue. Again, the darker the blue, the more cases being reported. So that gives you an idea of why some of this guidance has been issued by the Arkansas Department of Health days ago. Now the CDC now recommending Americans stay home for the Thanksgiving holiday. That is the map, and that allows us to give you a bird's eye view to the state's overall COVID-19 situation. Again, use the hashtag Hey Mitch, and we'll be able to bring in some of your comments here into the screen. So right now I'm looking, and it looks like, looking at some of the polls here, 87% of folks, as of right now in this poll, are not traveling for the Thanksgiving holiday, and it will be interesting to see you know, how this starts to really shape up here over the next week or so. Let me see. I'm going to try and add this in to the stream here. Hold on just a moment. I want to show you the poll question that we're now, while we work on that, I want to, let's just do a recap here of what we know right now. Again, if you're just joining us, we have learned that the CDC is now putting out a new recommendation. That recommendation urging Americans to stay home for the Thanksgiving holiday, and it's because of the surge of cases across the state. They're saying that the health of everyone is vitally important, saying that gathering with relatives and friends outside a person's household raises the risk of becoming infected with or spreading COVID-19. We've been asking you this question throughout this live stream. Do you plan on traveling for the Thanksgiving holiday? And boy, an overwhelming number of people voting in this poll. Take a look, the results at the bottom of your screen. No, 87%, yes, 13%. That is the number of people voting right now. Let's see if I can go to the poll here. It looks like 478 people voted no, and then we have 74, and the numbers are still rolling in. So, you know, we still have a lot of people voting right now, but overwhelmingly, people are saying no, they will not be traveling for the Thanksgiving holiday, and it will be interesting to see what happens over the next week or so as the number of COVID-19 cases continue to be reported. Of course, Arkansas now in this snowball effect, the Department of Health referring to it as a boulder rolling down a hill, and if the coronavirus pandemic does not get under control, that it would overwhelm the healthcare system. So while we now start to get this guidance in from the CDC, we are starting to see large numbers of cases being reported across Arkansas. New numbers today have not been released just yet. So if use the comment or use the hashtag Hey Mitch, and we'll try and get some of your comments into the screen here. I'm seeing a lot of comments coming in right now, and not seeing any that we can bring up. Let's see. Actually, we do have one. Let's add this to the comments. So this comment just coming in from Tracy. Tracy's using the hashtag Hey Mitch. We plan to eat outside where everyone can keep their distance. Should be a beautiful day. So Tracy is saying that she will be celebrating the holidays with family, but they're going to be doing it outside while trying to keep in mind social distancing over the holidays. So, you know, of course, healthcare professionals saying that if you are going to do a Thanksgiving gathering outside would be the safest. That's what we've heard from doctors. But again, that guidance now coming in saying Americans just need to stay home. Limit it to specifically your household over the holidays. So this is just a traffic camera from RDOT looking from North Little Rock into Little Rock as the CDC just issued new guidance today saying that Americans should not travel for the Thanksgiving holiday. And feel free to interact with us. Use the hashtag #HeyMitch as we start to see some of the comments roll in here, and we start to see people's plans as they start to get an idea on the holidays and how COVID-19 is going to play or have a role in the holidays. So let's take a look at adding another comment here. So Brad just added this, and let me go back to the screen here. Brad is saying, hey Mitch, how many of those numbers belong to the same person? That's a good question. Of course, Brad is referring to the COVID-19 numbers that we were showing just a little while ago. You know, the active cases on the board that we were showing, and actually let's just go ahead and flip back over to that board. This is the numbers. This is what he's referring to. This is the active number of cases, and you can see the active number of cases. Dark blue means there's significantly more than maybe a shade of white here. So he's wondering how many are the same person, and so I'm assuming you're talking about the total number of cases, 137,000, or if somebody tested positive twice. We'll have to ask the health department that question, because that is a good question. My assumption would be that it would just be one person, especially when it comes to the active number of cases, because of course that should only be counted as once in my opinion. But we'll ask the Department of Health, and we'll ask the governor during his next COVID-19 briefing. So, you know, the looking at some of these. Okay, so here's another one. Heather's posting a comment right now. Heather's saying that I will be traveling in-state for the holiday, and she's using the hashtag #HeyMitch. So, Heather, you know, it'd be interesting to know with this new CDC recommendation if you still plan on traveling. Now the CDC is saying that Americans should just stay home over the holiday, avoid traveling to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Would be interesting to know, Heather, if you still plan on doing that with this new guidance that was issued today. Mike, you know, oh, Mike. Okay, so I'm going to throw this up because I got to, I have to rebuke this. Mike is saying, hey, Mitch, where are you getting your numbers? Y'all can't control the people any longer. Mike, since March, the Arkansas Department of Health has had the COVID-19 numbers up on their website available for anyone to go to. So we use the same numbers that, that everyone else is seeing. So feel free to look at those numbers yourself if you'd like. But the Arkansas Department of Health website is a public website that everybody can go to, and those numbers are available there. So not really sure what you mean by misleading, but those are the numbers. The numbers speak for themselves, and so at that point, if you'd like, you can certainly do your own calculations. I would say, and going back to the smartboard here, I do think that this is a very hands-on approach, and people can go to the Arkansas Department of Health website and they can, you know, look at these numbers themselves yourself. And so you can go and look at the death rate and the numbers coming in. You can look at the number of tests, and you can do it per 1,000 individuals. You can see the positivity rate, the 14-day testing trend. This is all available on any computer. If you just go to the Arkansas Department of Health's website, this is hospital information. I have found this to be very helpful, at least in the last couple of days, looking at the number of admissions in hospitals. You can, for example, click on the Metro. You can see that the total staff bed capacity is 3,300, and you can see that the COVID-19 positive admissions 252. Now this is for the Metro, so this would be several different counties, including Pulaski, you have Lone Oak, you have Saline, Faulkner, Prairie, those counties. So very hands-on that anybody can use. Certainly invite you to do that if you'd like. But those numbers are available for everyone as it is to us. So that is on the Arkansas Department of Health website. I do want to get back to the poll question here, and the poll question is what we have been looking at now for a little bit, and while we watch some of these numbers come in, these are real-time results, and we've been asking, do you plan to travel for Thanksgiving? Yes, 86%. Excuse me, no, 86%, yes, 14%, and those are the results coming in now. As we learned, the CDC has recommended that traveling be seized for the Thanksgiving holiday due to the increasing number of cases related to COVID-19. So that's what we know. We'll have more information on this developing story all day long as the story continues to develop. I invite you to download the KARK and Fox 16 smartphone apps. We'll be sure to alert you to updates on COVID-19 as the story continues to develop. And of course, we'll have much more beginning at 4 p.m. on Channel 4. For now, I'm Mitch McCoy. Have a good afternoon. We have breaking news all day long right here on the device that you're watching.